Alrighty, with Wrestle Kingdom 17 just around the corner. Seriously, it's just around the river bend. Actually, it is just a couple weeks away. We gotta talk about an event that made that card just a little bit more crystal clear. And man, I can't wait to get to the Tokyo Dome. But first, we gotta talk about this. So let's get to it, shall we? I'm John Renton with my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's World Tag League and Super Junior Tag League Finals event. So let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. Full disclosure, while I watched a few of the matches, over the various days at this long tour, this never-ending tour, seemingly, I kid, it just seemed to be a whole lot of events. I watched a few matches, but I didn't bother reviewing because I had other things to do. I have things to do. What things? You don't do things. I take enthusiastic walks through the woods and kill homicidal vampire. Very enthusiastic. Anyway, nevertheless, so the video package recapping the entire tour, and Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton doing remote commentary. I think Chris Charlton mentioned something about weather. That's why he was doing remote commentary. And Kevin Kelly back in the States, obviously. So Oiwa and Fujita, who have improved quite a bit just in, since coming up from the, the New Japan dojo, and really, they really do have some good potential. I'd like to see what they can do in 2023, and hopefully they can continue to get better and better. They took on Alex Zane and El Lindemann, who is chiseled out of granite. Good God, strong hearts, and my goodness, he's been living in the gym. Not that he wasn't in great shape before, but good Lord. I'm so happy for Alex Zane. I got to see him at a couple indie events, like in 2018, and then one number of months later in 2019, after he had become a viral sensation, just flipping and doing all the crazy shit that he can do and all the great wrestling, and really happy for him. The Young Lions have improved a good pace, and a German suplex from El Lindemann, 1, 2, 3. There you go. Kushida and Kevin Knight. Speaking of people that I'm really happy to see succeed, and just grow and grow. Kevin Knight was Jet Knight. I saw him at a few other indie shows, and my goodness, to see the levels that this great talent has reached, my goodness, so happy for him. I saw him wrestle just as hard in front of 200 people, maximum maybe 500 people in Seattle, and the guy is just so good. Really happy for him. He's been on the New Japan Strong brand. His team with Kushida, they absolutely work well together. They gel really well, and they took on Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols, Team MDK TM61 in NXT, when they weren't bitten by the injury bug or really bad booking. Very happy for Kevin Knight. Very happy for him. I'm still going to try not to call him Jet Knight, even though that's the name I remember him as. And good on TMDK. Doing some really good stuff here. And Knight with great agility. And then Hayes pins Knight with a jump DDT variation. I don't know what the hell they call that. 1, 2, 3. And then Robbie Eagles, Tiger Mask, Alex Coughlin. Not Coughlin, but Coughlin. Who is chiseled out of... Looks like a 19th century strongman. And Gabriel Kidd. What happened to Gabriel Kidd's hair? And didn't Gabriel Kidd have like a major meltdown on Twitter over something? I know that was probably a number of months ago. I don't even remember if it was this year. So much stuff has happened in the last few years. It's hard to filter all that. Is he all right? Is he okay in the head? He's not okay with whatever's on top of his head. But nevertheless, they took on the United Empire, Akira, Hanare, Okan, and unfortunately TJP. Akira and TJP, the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Yes, those titles still exist for some reason. Gideon Gray, who really looks like one of those Dagon creatures. I mean, and I know that's supposed to be the running joke, but good God, he really does look like he would be holding people down and shaking them out to get coins out of their pockets in 18th century, British drama. Nevertheless, it was fine. This was fine. It was what it was. Normal 8-man. Melee, frog splash, it was broken up, and a roll up on Tiger Mask, 1, 2, 3. TJP got the pin. Yay. And apparently Robbie Eagle said, Tiger Mask and myself are going our separate ways. Tiger Mask at this point almost has to be on his way out. I know he had an injury that he came back from. And I'm not saying, like, write the guy off just because of age, but I mean, he's almost got to be done. Robbie Eagles, though, tremendous talent. House of Torture. Yeah, hey, good. This is good. I want to see House of Torture. 1 month off, or actually basically about 5 weeks off from watching New Japan regularly, just popping in here and there, has not cooled off my despisement, if that's even a word, of fucking goddamn House of Torture. Evil, Show, was it Yujiro? Yeah, Yujiro was in there, and Dick Togo. They took on Suzuki Gun. pretty much for the last time, basically, Suzuki-gun. I'll get to why in a minute. Suzuki, Archer, Kanemaru, and Doki Morning. If you get that reference, I love you guys. Archer chases Milano Collection AT away because why not? I'm not going to tell him no. I don't think anybody on the Japanese commentary team would tell him no. And then the usual, the more bullshit, they battle into the crowd. Archer battles with a guy around a bunch of Japanese businessmen, and I flash back to the Prince of Space MST3K episode. Oh, speed! Oh, sorry, I'm terrible. God-style pile driver pounds Dick into the mat, 1, 2, 3. Suzuki takes the mic and talks about Suzuki-gun being created after, I believe it was Kojima-gun, if I remember right. Kojima, I can never remember how to say his first name. Satoshi Kojima, I think. By the way, in case you're wondering if there's like some noise in the background, it's because there's house construction next door. Nevertheless, Suzuki goes from 2011 and talks about all the various members. Archer, Taka, Taichi, how they've grown. Kanemaru, so reliable. El Desperado, all the people that have grown. And he says that the fans hated him, were throwing trash, and then they learned to love him. They grew to love him. And he says Suzuki-gun will be no more after this year. And he takes a walk. He gets a towel from Suzuki-gun Ichiban, towel from a fan, throws it back to them after doing a walk around the ring. I don't know if Suzuki is done with New Japan after Wrestle Kingdom, and maybe he retires. Maybe he does freelancing. I don't know. Maybe he makes an appearance at the Royal Rumble. Maybe. Because I think him and Meiko Satomura are an item. Maybe not. I thought that they were. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Maybe Zack Sabre Jr. takes over and we get Sabre-gun. In fact, I think that's almost probably what they're going to go with. And Suzuki's going to get kicked out like Kojima got kicked out of it. I believe that's how it worked. So anyway, good on Minoru Suzuki. Can't wait to see what's next. Tanahashi, Yano, Taguchi, and Crocodile Clark Connors took on LIJ. That was Naito, Bushi, Tita. Sorry, Tita. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh at the word teat, but it's funny. And Sonata as well. Sonata, man, I wish Sonata gave more of a shit sometimes. Sonata is so gifted that he can just coast. And of course, Sonata, I can't see a fucking thing. Sonata takes off the mask. Oh, damn. There's colors. So anyway, it's how much merch does Yano have? Evidently enough that he has to scare the ring announcer into saying all of it. It was a standard affair. It wasn't bad. Destino, 1, 2, 3. Crocodile Connors gets pinned. And there you go. Okay, shout out to Annette Reed 247. 24/7, I assume, is how it's said. I don't know, Annette. If you're watching, hi, thank you. If you're not, well, then I don't really know why I would say this. She suggested Tanahashi and Naito should have a match at Wrestle Kingdom, #1 contendership, because they should be on the card. And it would be a marquee match, even with the state of their knees and the fact that their bodies are broken down, because let's be honest, nobody can be forever young. They can't be forever young. They do deserve to have that marquee match. And considering that Wrestle Kingdom 17 is probably going to go about 18 million years, why not have another match? I don't know what the full Wrestle Kingdom card is, because I don't even think it's been announced yet. And I know that they have a 50th anniversary show, if I'm right, on the 19th at the pay-per-view. I'm not going to be doing that because I got a lot of things on my plate. I mean, I probably should, eat dinner and clear that off. But also, they got a couple Road to Tokyo Dome shows, and then that's it. So I think after the 23rd, they aren't doing any more shows. Give people a rest for the holidays, and also to prepare to be inside the Tokyo Dome. Please allow cheering in the Tokyo Dome. Please, oh please, oh please, oh please. Things that I wanted to cheer about were the next match. Well, maybe not so much, but at least it was over semi-quick. Okada, Tama Tonga, Master Wato against Jay White, Ishimori, and Gato. So basically it was a way to hype up, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and one half of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight 4-Way. It was a standard. The spiral tap got broken up because Jay said, I'm the illegal man, but here, I'm just going to hit a Blade Runner on Wato, a Blade Runner on Okada, and Gato get the pin. Gato got a pin in 2022. Yeah. I mean, it was what it was. They have to heat up Bullet Club, like heating up a pile of ashes. But anyway, we didn't get to Bullet Club member Carl Anderson. Carl Lazy-Ass Anderson. Look, I don't blame him for taking the WWE money. Honestly, he's probably better there at this point. But the man's been coasting on a reputation that has been just, dwindling since 2012. That G1 Climax 2012 finals appearance. It's pretty much the high watermark of his career and was 10 years ago. Took on Hikuleo with Jado, never Openweight Championship. I said there's going to be shenanigans. And man, wouldn't you know who got that right? Shenanigans. This did not click at all. Gato got involved because, of course, Gato got involved. Because if it's a day that ends in Y, Gato is going to get involved and ruin. Gato will pay for his crimes of not giving it to Hikuleo. I get what they're trying to do. Maybe they feel Hikuleo isn't ready and they can have Hikuleo win the title at some point. But Hikuleo got beat. It made him look like a chump and an idiot because, one, he's much bigger. He seems motivated. Whatever. Tamataga then shows up and gets laid out. And Carl says, I'll see you at Wrestle Kingdom. Gato will pay for his crimes against pro wrestling. Because if I'm going to knock other bookers and other people putting shows together and promotions together, then when Gato does stuff wrong, I have to do that. Yo and Leo Rush, as it were. Leo Russian. No, that doesn't work. Took on Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Super Junior Tag League Final. I like Chris Bay. I am happy to see that Chris Bay has succeeded so wildly since first seeing him at another indie show. Yes, a lot of indie show talk. But he was in a tag team, and his partner is better left not talked about. But Chris Bay was a star. And my goodness, in 3 years, 3.5, basically, because I think I saw him in March of 2019. But still, in just 3.5 years, just seeing the growth. Seeing how incredible athlete. Very nice guy. Super nice guy. Got to meet him a couple times. Was a great champion for a now defunct promotion Without a Cause for a while. Part of that was the pandemic, and part of that was just Chris Bay is insufferably good in the ring. And good on Chris Bay, and I mean that. And Leo Rush, I'm surprised he didn't retire during this match and then decide to come back. And I know, look, I'm going to say it. A lot of people mentally cannot handle the wrestling business, and I get it. And if he needs to take care of himself, that's fine. He is talented. He's also the size of a frickin', used dish rag. So, while him and Yo are a decent team, I would have gone with Ace and Chris Bay here. The Ace of Bays, as it were. I know I'm going to lose. Gambling's for fools, and that's the way I like it, baby. I don't want to live forever. They got ready to fly. They did fly high. They did some good stuff. I think Ace's knee clocked Leo at one point doing a Fosbury flop type dive. We get some back and forth. We get some miscues. Bay and Leo face off. That actually got a good reaction from the crowd. Flatliner for 2. The referee got stopped from that. Now splash and direct drive. 1, 2, 3. Yo and Leo win. And it kind of makes sense because Akira and TJP are heels and they're the tag team champions. Even though you could cheer Akira and you want to boo TJP for simply, being TJP. But it makes sense why they went over here. And in Aussie Open, Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher, I didn't know the difference between them, and then I realized that I believe Mark Davis is the bigger of the two. Took on Bishamon, or Bishamon? Is that how they say it? Goto and Yoshihashi, World Tag League Final, Jumpstart, and man, it was well worked, and also I started to zone out after a bit because my issue with both these Tag League Finals, I get wanting to make a big match. You have the end of the tournament, you want to have some ebbs and flows, but sometimes you do too many false finishes and do too many things to where the momentum almost stops. That happened a couple times during the Super Junior Tag League match, and this one was better, but I also feel went on a little bit long. Sometimes you can accomplish stuff in 20 minutes instead of 25 or 30. Or maybe sometimes 20 minutes can just feel like 30. Nevertheless, there's a table that gets broken out, and they were threatening to put Yoshihashi through it, which made me question, what did that table do to deserve to have Yoshihashi put through it? Oh, wait, avoid the stairs, Yoshihashi. Man, that was terrible. I felt so bad for him. We get a GTR through the table. No DQ. I get that the referees are supposed to let things go, but good God, if I'm going to, again, criticize other companies. Anyway, the crowd is with this. We get a giant toss. I don't even know what to call that from Aussie Open. A destroyer out of nowhere. And then we get more near falls, and we get Shoto, no cover, and then another giant toss thing, different type that Goto and Yoshihashi did. And Yoshihashi got the cover. Gato will pay for his crimes for pushing Yoshihashi. I kid. Having fun. Goto and Yoshihashi taking on FTR. I think that FTR are probably on their way out of AEW, so you know what? Giving them back to Goto and Yoshihashi makes sense, but I would have gone back with the rematch of Aussie Open and FTR. If they want to feature the United Empire, they really want to push them, wouldn't hurt to give them the Aussie Open. Unless they feel that they're not going to have Aussie Open that long, they're just going to have them in for shots. Goto and Yoshihashi will be there, New Japan for life. And then Show and Leo show up. And they have a big thing. They cut all promos and everything. Leo and Yoshihashi kept talking, and I kept thinking, cut the feed. Please cut the feed. Please stop. Don't do this anymore. But nevertheless, it was a fine event. I will not be reviewing anything until Wrestle Kingdom. I'll have my Wrestle Kingdom predictions up sometime after Christmas. Probably either late this month or January 1st. Nevertheless, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Recklin. I'll see you soon.